I think that every business in the future, just like they have an email address and a website and a social media presence today, I think every business is going to have an AI agent that their customers can talk to in the future.
Is he right or wrong? Of course he's right. Because as a small business owner, you're missing around 40% of the calls. Whatever the business you got, that's all money you're losing. So missing calls is never a good idea. But now you can solve it yourself, because it's so easy to create an AI voice agent all by yourself. By the end of this video, you'll be able to create an AI voice agent all by yourself to handle inbound phone calls and to handle customer inquiries. We will create a voice agent, feed instructions to it, assign a phone number, give it a knowledge base to refer to, and then answer the calls and capture information like the call summary, phone number, and the name. And finally, email the information to the business owner so he never misses a call. These technologies are no longer limited to the big corporations. That time is gone. Any small business can do it now. So let's dive in. Alright, what you're going to do is to build a simple voice agent for your business. In this case, I'm assuming that you are a plumber. You can be anything. So a customer calls you. Instead of you answering the phone, you're going to build a voice agent and put that in between. And you're going to give a knowledge base, and the voice agent is going to refer to that knowledge base to answer the questions. And then we're using another service called, for this we're using a service called Vappy. And we will use the make.com, another service, to send out the email. Well, first of all, I want you to go to vappy.ai, click try for free. And here, it's really simple. You can either sign up with an email and password or use your Google account to sign in. And then go to make.com, click get started for free. Either sign up or sign in with your Google. It's very simple and straightforward. I'm not going to go into that. Do that. Those are the two services that you need. And once you sign in to Vappy, this is how it's going to look like. This is your dashboard, and you have to tell Vappy that you're using make.com as third-party service. Click here, click on provider credentials, and go down. Tool providers, make.com. You have to make a connection here. And you need an API key, team ID, and region. How to find that? Then go to make.com. Well, in the organization, you can give a name for the organization. Go to organization settings. You can give an organization name here. But what you need here is the region, API key, and team ID. The region can be found in the variables right here. This is the region, EU2. You can type EU2 here. You can go to teams. If this is the first time you're using make.com, you may not have any teams here. So create a new team. You can add a new team here. And go into the team and go into variables. And this team ID, this will be your team ID. And for the API key, you should click here, go to profile and API access. If this is the first time you're using, you may not have anything here. So you can add a token label. You can give Vappy voice and select all and save. If I do that, then this is your API key. I already have one. I'm not going to use this. You have to copy this and paste it here and click save. I'm not going to do that because I've already done it. That's how you make the connection. Well, what have you done here is that you're just telling Vappy that you're using make.com as your third-party tool provider. But the next step is to do what? Let's go to the diagram. We can expand this diagram a bit like this. Let me zoom it out. It's the same thing, but a bit expanded. This is the customer. He makes the call. Now your Vappy voice agent. Let me type Vappy here. Vappy voice agent is going to answer. The Vappy voice agent can't answer everything alone because he needs to have a knowledge base. He has to know how to answer the questions, because the inquiries of the customer depends on the business, on your business. For that, we are going to create a knowledge base. Knowledge base, what is a knowledge base? It's a simple PDF file. We're going to use Google Docs to create that simple PDF file, and we're going to link it. I'll show you how to do it, everything down the line. And we're going to create something called a tool inside Vappy. For what? It's the tool has a name called Send Call Info, and what this tool does is that it will capture the crucial information from the conversation with the customer, like the name and the type of the call, because there are several types of calls, right? It can be an emergency, it can be a complaint, it can be a call for an appointment, it can be a general inquiry. I'm addressing main 4 types here. So that type, which type of a call, and what's the phone number of the customer, and the call summary, what the call is about. So all that you have to capture, and you have to pass it to this automation, so I can compile an email and send it to the plumber. Well, here's the thing. These are 2 complete different services. All right, Vappy is one service. Make.com is another different service, like in different server. So how to send this information, this captured information in Vappy to Make.com? There should be a connection here, right? So for that, we are having something called a webhook. What's a webhook? Is just a simple URL. It's like this. So the Vappy, the voice agent, will capture all this information, and it's going to send it to Make.com. You need some kind of a hand, right, to capture this data. This webhook is what's going to capture that data. That's what's going to happen. So we're going to capture those information to the webhook, and then we're going to make an email and send it out to the plumber. All right, now I know you're a bit confused. So let's create this tool inside Vappy. Let's go to the tool, create a new tool, choose Make.com. You need something called a server URL. What is this server URL? Is the address to this webhook. So what we're going to do, we're going to create that in Make. So let's go to organization. You can go to scenarios either. Let's create a new scenario. Let's give it a name. Send an email. All right. Well, here, click on this little big button. Here's a webhook, or type webhook. Create a custom webhook. Alrighty. Let's add. Give it a name. Send email. All right. Now we have created. Now this is the URL. This URL right here. Copy that to clipboard and save. Go to Vappy, and you have to paste it right here. Save and click next. Now here you have to create a few properties. Now this is what you're creating, right? Send call info. Now what are the properties you have to create? The name, type, phone number, and call summary. Copy, name, property name, name. It should be string. Save and add another property. Type again string, and another property called phone number. This is where we are going to create the phone number. Save the phone number. These are variables, by the way. And for call summary, add another property, call summary, save. Next, what's the tool is for? All right, the name of the tool. We know the name of the tool. Send call info. Send call info. I use this underscores right here because it's my programming background. You can omit them, but I highly recommend that you do that, right? So you can write a description if you want to. But anyway, I have already created this tool, so I'm going to close. For you, click next and save. Don't worry about this. Create and save. All right? That's what you have to do. Once you do that, it will look like this. Name, type, summary, phone number. And in the integration section, this should be your server URL. So what happened here? We have created the tool, and we have created the webhook in Make.com, and we have also created this connection right here now. All right, because now the Vappy now knows to which address that it should send this information, this captured information, like the name, type, the call, summary of the call, and the phone number. We'll create this email module later. Now let's go ahead and create the actual Vappy AI voice agent. Go to Assistant, and now you can create an assistant. Click on it and create an assistant, and use a blank template and give it a name. In this case, I have given a name Lily. Lily is my assistant. In this video, I'm going to assume that you are a very non-technical person, you're running a small business and you want to build a voice agent for your business yourself. So I won't overcomplicate. I will just show you what my properties are. Just set them yourself. So I'm going to use, the provider is OpenAI. I'm going to use GPT-4o mini cluster. And for the knowledge base, we will link the knowledge base later. And for temperature value, 0.2, max tokens 250. Set these values in your end. And for transcriber, provide a deepgram, language English, model number 2. Voice, I've used, there are many. I've used this Cartesia, and I'm in UK, so I've used British National Lady or British Customer Support Lady. Sometimes I use that too. So most of them are the actual default values. Now here, function is very important. So the voice agent, the assistant that we're creating here, I have 2 assistants here. This Lily, this particular assistant should know which tool to use. So there are many tools. So how to create this connection right here. This is where you create the connection. In the tools section, you select it and select the tool that you want. You choose that. Now this particular assistant knows which tool to use. All right, that's it. And the advanced settings, audio recording, you can turn it on. Now the wait seconds, I've set it to 0.4 because there should be some delay. Because if you set it at 0, what would happen is the caller, the moment he stopped talking, the voice agent would start to talk. It's like not a very good experience. It's like talking over someone. So there should be some delay. And smart end pointing means that's very important. Turn it on, and the number of words set it to 0. Voice seconds 0.2. All these values set it to these values, right? 15, 1800, and messaging. You don't need that. And for client messages, click on this and turn on these stuff right here. I'm not going to go into detail because I'm going to keep it simple. Turn on these 4. Voicemail message, you can add a voicemail message if you have any, and end call message, have a nice day, goodbye, something that you prefer. And the idle message, you can choose something. Idle message means if the caller stays idle for a while, how you're going to respond. And maximum idle messages 3. Idle timeout is I've set it to 7.5 seconds. Once you set up those settings, then you can start prompting. Maybe you have heard of prompting or prompt engineering. There's nothing engineering about it, but it's like how to clearly communicate with the AI. That's it. Hi, this is Penis Plumbing. How can I help you? That's my first message. You can type anything here that suits your business. All right, now let's look at the prompt. You can write the prompt here. This is the prompt. You can download this for free. I'll post a link in the description. You can download this and the knowledge base and the diagrams and everything there for free. Now here, what are these? Why am I writing it like this? That's because AI can detect the different sections of the prompt if you write it like that with this hash sign and the title. Make sure that everything is very clear and very structured. Now think of this as someone who you hired to answer the phone. Forget about AI. If this is a human, what are you going to do? You're going to tell them what your job role is, what's the context is, what's your task, what's your job, what you have to accomplish, and you're going to give them some kind of a handbook, some kind of clear instructions like what's your business, what's the business name, what are the contacts, and what are the services you provide, and what are the prices. It's the same thing. I'm going to say what's the role. You're an AI receptionist for Penis Plumbing, a plumbing service in Penistone, UK. And the context, people would call you to accomplish main 4 things like general inquiries, get support for an emergency, to make an appointment, or to make a complaint about a previous service. So once you do that, and this is the task, your job is to answer the customer inquiries and answer them politely and stick to the knowledge base provided. And this is a knowledge base. I will explain later. Acquire the name of the caller and set the variable name in the send call info tool. Remember the tool we created? And we are telling the voice agent to acquire the name get the name of the caller, and set that variable of that tool, that specific tool, to the name of the caller. We have already created that tool, and we have already told this voice agent in the tool section, use this tool. So this tool has 4 properties. If I can remember, this tool has 4 properties. We've created all of them. So when I say variable name in the send call info tool, voice agent knows what I'm talking about. For that, make sure that you write it exactly like you named it there, right? That's why I saved these names in a temporary notepad, right? Make sure these spellings and you write it exactly like you named your tool. So there's no confusions. And summarize the call and assign it to the variable summary. Set the variable type to these 4 types, like general inquiry, job, emergency, complaint. Just go through it. I'm not going to read everything. Just go through it. It's in plain English and you can understand it. And here's the thing, this is very important. You have to get the phone number in the correct format. If you don't get the phone number, this whole thing is useless, because the whole point of this is that you don't miss the potential clients. That's the whole point of it. Maybe you're sleeping, maybe you're on a different job. When someone calls your business, the voice agent answers it and gets the phone number and pass it on to you via email, so you can call them back. That's the idea. So you have to get the phone number. So I have special instructions here to get it. So ask the phone number in the call and assign it to the variable phone number. All right. Make sure that you grab the phone number as described in very important section. Here I've described how to get the phone number section, and you must get 11-digit phone number and use the send call info to send the information. And in the very important section, I've described when grabbing the phone number, this is how you instruct the agent with plain English. When grabbing the phone number, make sure that it's 11-digit long number. For example, this is my phone number. Be patient and wait till the customer clearly tell all 11 digits. And there's another instruction, repeat the phone number back to the customer and verify. And it is crucial that you get the phone number correct. All right, and there are some guidelines and there are some example conversations as well. You can provide some example conversations. In this case, I provide an example for how to answer an emergency, how to answer a general inquiry, how to answer an appointment inquiry, and for a complaint. This is exactly how you instruct a person, right? That's it. Very clearly instruct the agent. Once you do this, you can copy it and paste it. Paste it in the modal section here in the prompt, system prompt. Now this is very important. Make sure that these spellings, right? The send call info, the tool name, and the property names matches perfectly. All right, make sure you do that. Sometimes you fail to do that and it won't work. All right, once you do that, you have provided instructions here. Now this, and this is now complete. Now you have to link the knowledge base. Now here's the knowledge base. Once again, create a Google Doc, use Word or even Notepad, doesn't matter. Whatever you do, make sure it's very clear, it's properly structured. Now look at this. I properly structured it, like it's numbered, like one company greeting and introduction. 1.1 is general information. The general information section is here, the address, the registration number, the working hours and everything. Service we provided, all the services that I provide. By the way, I'm not a plumber. I don't know anything about plumbing. I just generated this in ChatGPT. But look at it. You can customize this for your business. You know your business, you're the domain expert, so you can come up with a really good knowledge base. And once you do that, you go to File, Download, PDF. Download the PDF file and go to API and go to this Files section right here. Choose File and browse to wherever you have saved out the file. Double click on it, it will appear here. And go to the assistant. Click on your assistant model here in the knowledge base section and pick your knowledge base. And that's how you do it. Now, once you do that, this is done. This is done. This part is done. And this part is done. Now all you have to do is to make the email. But before we do that, now let's test our voice agent. We have done a lot. Now, but there's a problem here. What used to happen is that some customer pick up the phone, dial your number, and they call you and you answered. Now you replaced that function with a voice agent. Now, to which number is the customer going to call? Not your number, right? So you have to assign a phone number to your voice agent. You can't assign your phone number, whatever you're using, to the voice agent. You can't, because if you do that, so anybody who calls you, your family, will be answered by the voice agent. You can't do that, right? So you have to have a different phone number and assign it to the voice agent. So there are two ways to do that inside Vapi. Go to phone numbers. You can buy a phone number from within Vapi, or you can import a phone number, which is what I have done. I went to a different service called Twilio. This is Twilio, by the way. I went to this service and I bought a UK phone number from there, and Vapi allows you to import that phone number. But that's a bit of a lengthy process because this video is already long enough and complicated enough. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy the phone number within Vapi, which is very simple. Because here's the thing, creating the phone number or importing the phone number is not the complication. The complication is creating this account in Vapi is a bit of a long process. If you want to do it, I will post a link in the description from a different creator who will go through all the steps in detail on how to create a Twilio account. I'm not going to do that because it will overcomplicate things here. So I'm going to do it as a simple way. I'm going to buy the phone number within Vapi, and you might think, if there is an easy way, why am I talking about this? It's because there's a limitation. When you buy the phone number inside Vapi, you can only buy American phone numbers, American and Canadian phone numbers, like this. Click on that, buy phone number, type 415, and just say buy. And it will assign a phone number for you, and now you have bought a phone number. Now you can see this, right? The assistant, you can assign the assistant. Now my assistant is Lily. I'm going to assign that. Now when I call this number, my voice agent will answer the phone. Let's go to the scenario. What's happening here? Now I'm going to call my voice agent. It's going to capture all the data and it's going to send the data to webhook. Now this webhook must be listening to the incoming data. Let's run it. This means the webhook is now listening to the incoming data. Now let's make the call.
Hi, this is Penny's Plumbing. How can I help you?
Oh, I have some emergency here in my not an emergency actually. I have some leaking pipes in my kitchen. Do you have anybody to have a look at it?
I understand you have some leaking pipes in your kitchen. I can help you with that. Can I have your name, please?
It's Chris.
Thank you, Chris. I'll make a note of that. Can I also have your phone number, please? It needs to be an 11-digit number.
It's 0730952023.
Thank you for providing your phone number, Chris. Just to confirm, is it 0730952023?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for your patience, Chris. I will pass your information to Mr. Wilkinson, and he will contact you shortly to arrange a visit for the leaking pipes in your kitchen. Just to confirm, your phone number is 0730952023, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for your patience, Chris. I have noted your name and phone number. To summarize, you have leaking pipes in your kitchen, and I will pass this information to Mr. Wilkinson. He will contact you shortly to arrange a visit. Your phone number is 0730952023.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. I won't take much time there. But anyway, that's like the call. We'll do that again to see the capabilities. I didn't ask any questions from the knowledge base. In the next call, we will ask the questions from the knowledge base, like what are the times that they're operating, working hours, and what are the services they provide, and all that. Now we have received the data in this tool call section. Let's go. In argument, we have the name Chris, type job, and it's leaking pipes in the kitchen, needs a visit from plumber. Okay, this is the phone number. Now we got it. Let's go to the diagram. Now we know all this is working. Now we have to send the email. Let's click on this, create email. I'm going to do a general send mail. Once I do that, there's another complication here. Now you have to make the connection to whatever the email address you have. So it's highly unlikely that you're running a business and you have a Gmail address as an email, right? You might have some kind of a custom email. So whatever it is, you have to find this information. So I'm going to add a connection. This is going to be others, email provider. It can be anything, any one of these. I'm going to choose other because in my case, I'm using Hover to buy my email domain. So the email address, salesground.com, that's salesgroundai.com, that's my email. And your full name, Indranil Ranaka, and SMTP mail.hover, and the port. This is usually the outbound port, 465. So how do I know this information? That's the question, right? Well, you have to go to whatever the email provider you have. So I logged into my Hover account. I went to email, and this is my email. I'm going to info, and this is where my information is there. Now, outgoing server, the port number is 465. That's how I know, because I'm sending out emails, right? So it should be 465. SMTP server, mail.hover.com. It's right here. So whatever it is, you have to find out this information. If you don't know how to find this information, right? Because this is a bit technical, I know. All you have to do is use ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT, or if you're using Hotmail or any kind of email service, how to find SMTP server and the outgoing port number on this particular email service. So then ChatGPT will just tell you, right? It will just right away give you, because this information is publicly available. So ChatGPT will tell you right away. So that's what you have to do. So once you make the connection, save the message after sending. Just say no, and 2, who's the recipient at the moment? Who's the recipient? Are you going to send this email? It's you, right? You want the voice agent to send an email to you. So I'm going to type my Gmail address, gmail.com. I'm going to do that, and the subject is what? From Lily, and then you can use tool calls, function, arguments, and the job, from Lily job. And the content, you just need very simple content here, right? You can choose HTML or plain text. Let me choose plain text here. Now let's say the name, tool calls, function, arguments, name, the name of the client, and go to the next line, press enter. Type, you know the type. Let's go to the next line. Phone number, choose phone number, and then summary. Once you do that, this is done. Now you're ready. Now everything should work seamlessly. Now don't forget to run it. Now it's listening to data. Let's make a call. And this time we are going to ask some questions about their services and the working hours and the prices for their services, right?
This is Penny's Plumbing. How can I help you?
Oh, can I know what kind of services you provide?
Sure. We provide a variety of plumbing services, including general repairs, installations, leak detection, drain cleaning, and emergency plumbing services. If you have a specific issue in mind, feel free to share, and I can provide more details.
Oh no, what are the prices for the services?
Our typical service call fee is £100 per hour. Depending on the complexity of the job, there may be additional charges for parts and labor. Once our technician assesses the problem in person, we can provide a detailed estimate.
All right.
Can I get your name, please?
Yeah, it's Chris.
Thank you, Chris. I'll make a note of your name. Can I please have your phone number? It
It's
needs to be an 11-digit number.
it's 073095202243.
Thank you, Chris. Just to confirm, your phone number is 073095202243,
Yes,
right?
I have one more question. Do you have when are you available? Like the closest date? Do you have it?
I don't have the exact availability at the moment, but I can pass your inquiry to Mr. Wilkinson.
All right,
and
that's
he
great.
will contact you.
That's great. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome, Chris. I'll pass your inquiry to Mr. Wilkinson, and he will be in contact with you as soon as possible. Just to summarize, your name is Chris. Your phone number is 073095202243, and you're inquiring about our services and availability. Thank you for calling Penny's Plumbing. Have a great day.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye bye. All right, the moment of truth. Let's check our email. All right, we have received an email. Name Chris, general inquiry. This is the number, and inquiry about services and availability. All right, now here's the thing. Now you may be sleeping, and when you wake up, you check your mail, and you see this, right? Now, in this case, it's a general inquiry. There can be other two emergencies, another inquiry for a job, anything. So you have the phone number, you just call them back. That's the whole point. You're not missing the calls anymore. All right, now this is the whole process. Now it's complete. Now in that call, maybe you have seen something like when I ask for an appointment, she says, I don't have that information because this is a very simple basic voice agent. All it does is take the message, take the phone number, and pass it on to the business owner. This system doesn't have the appointment setting capabilities, scheduling, and outbound calling and follow-up. Those capabilities, the system doesn't have it. All right, then, that's it. You can do this yourself. And the first run, maybe you won't be able to do it. Try it, like watch the video again and again. Try it like 2-3 times. You will get it right. I know it's a bit difficult if you're not used to technical stuff, but you have to get into this. Now, it's not a very good time to be left behind because the technology is moving really, really fast. If you don't do it, what happens is that, AI will replace humans, and the humans who use AI is going to dominate. So your competitors who's going to use AI will very soon take over, which is the thing I'm going to discuss in the next video. So stick around. So finally, before you go, there's a good news. I developed this kind of simple voice agents for free. Why? Because it's only a half an hour work for me, and in return what I get is an insider knowledge of your business process, like the small business processes like the plumbing, roofing, cleaning, vending machines, and cafes, all these type of business, small business processes, which is very important for me. So links in the description. Book a free consultancy call. As of this recording, I do the AI audits and these simple voice agents for free. All right, that's it. I'll see you in the next video.